Oh my god, hey! I am this evening at the Yvonne Arnaud Theatre in Guildford, where I am here to see Mischief Movie Night from Mischief Theatre. I went to go and see a Mischief Theatre show. This is a vlog that goes wrong. Excuse me. Wrong. No, sorry. Wrong. Wrong. Oh, for goodness sake. Wrong. It's one of the socially distant shows that has been touring the UK venues that have been able to reopen since lockdown has sort of eased, and I'm really excited to see it. The last show I saw before the whole lockdown happened was actually a Mischief show. It was Magic Goes Wrong, so I'm really excited to see the same cast again doing a completely different show. It's a very interesting before and after for the whole COVID theatre chapter. The Yvonne Arnaud Theatre in Guildford is one of many regional houses currently facing the same issues as London's big West End theatres. They need the support of audiences and patrons just as much during these difficult times. Please consider supporting your local regional theatres. The indoor performance for Mischief Movie Night at the Yvonne Arnaud Theatre had all of the same regulations as theatres have been using recently. There were temperature checks on the door, there were suggested arrival times. They were also using an unallocated ticketing system, allowing patrons to be allocated tickets based on when they arrived, ensuring a smoother entry into the auditorium. In the auditorium itself, many of the seats had been restricted so as to ensure social distancing could occur during the performance. Why are you sat over there?
Oh, I thought we were doing
We're not social distancing. We just got back from... Oh my god, hey! Excuse me. Oh my god, hey! We just got back from the Yvonne Arnaud Theatre in Guildford, where we saw Mischief Movie Night. It was amazing. It was hilarious. I literally fell off my seat at one point laughing and then struggled to get back up. Sam, what was your favourite out-of-context moment from the show?
When Henry Lewis told the dog standing up in front of him while smoking a cigarette that he had to do a handstand.
Mine is also a Henry Lewis. Mine was when Henry Lewis, as Elton John, sang The Circle of Life as the incidental music to the Late Show cloning procedure. I did also like the wildly lackluster musical number that got cancelled a few lines in. And I liked the inspirational gymnastics musical number that got cancelled because there was just not enough time. It was irresponsible at such a dramatic point in the show. It was a great time. We had a great time. Oh my god, hey! So I am back from the Mischief Movie Night show, and I wanted to give you just a quick review of what I thought of the show. It's less of a review, honestly, and more of just a love letter of unadulterated praise, because I loved it so much, and it was so fantastic. Also, it's an improv show, and there's nothing to hate or criticise about an improv show that's hilarious. Admittedly, yes, it went haphazardly off the rails wrong at multiple times. But that is what we signed up for. If everything had gone right, it wouldn't have been a Mischief show. So they had a rotating cast. It was most of the usual suspects from Mischief Theatre shows. If you've seen any of their previous shows or the Goes Wrong show on TV, you would have recognised a bunch of the people in the cast. The whole Mischief Movie Night concept is, for the most part, the brainchild of Jonathan Sayer. And in the show, he plays this guy who has a collection of every film ever made, and he talks to the audience at the beginning, gets them to give suggestions for the genre of the film, maybe the title of the film, maybe the name of a character, whatever feels pertinent to the mood of the room. It was decided by popular vote it was going to be a 70s era disaster movie about a volcano called A Massive Eruption. Not going to say anything about that one. The volcano was called Mount Spurtalot. Again, just leaving that where it is. That immediately gave way to a lot of hilarious physical comedy in terms of people pretending to be volcano and just wrapping themselves around other people. Then the volcano became a person. It took on this weird Little Shop of Horrors vibe where the volcano was half Audrey 2, half Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas, singing this sinister "I'm the volcano and I'm going to kill your family" song. Oh, the more I say it, the weirder it sounds. But it was really funny. I don't want to spoil anything. What am I saying? There's no spoilers because it's never going to happen again. It was an improvised show. There was lots of music in the show, so Jordan Clark, who is a musical theatre songwriter, and Ed Zanders, who is a pianist and performer who's worked with a bunch of improv groups. I've seen him play with Netflix before, and I've seen him at the Edinburgh Fringe in his own show. They were both on keys, and they were responsible for the music, and they're creating a movie on stage, so they're playing incidental music. Like there's a scene where they were just like doing jazz and the characters started responding to that on stage by just being jazzier. But there were also random musical numbers that people burst into, and it essentially just turned into a full musical. At one point, Henry Lewis became Elton John without knowing a single song from Elton John's entire discography. Some of the musical numbers more successful than others, some of them legitimately good. Nancy has a great voice. Others of the cast also sang. One of the musical numbers was so tragic that Jonathan just shut it down. This is my favourite part of the show, the way Mischief Movie Night works, is it's essentially a series of different scenes from the film, and he will occasionally prompt them and say, this is going to happen now, or basically what he does is he yells pause, and then either says, and now there you actually have a deleted scene of this happening, and then they have to do whatever he says, or he says where it's going to go next, or he says how the scene is going to progress, but also he will just point out anything that has been dumb or any mistakes people have made or anything that's gone wrong. Like there's one point where someone was walking over to put a blanket on some chairs that they thought was about to turn into a bed, and then it became a car, so they just sort of kept walking and did this weird dance with a sheet. And in any normal improv show you would try and cover up mistakes like that, and he just fully stopped and acknowledged what was going on. I thought that was hysterical and very Mischief as well. Like it set it apart from the other improv shows, stuff like Showstoppers, stuff like Netflix that generally runs smoother, shall we say. But it was honestly just so charming the way they did it. My favourite thing as well, the cast had such a great rapport. Rather than constantly supporting each other, there were moments where they would sort of prompt each other into having to do ridiculous things on stage. There was the character of a talking dog who also smoked and then became a doctor, and like he volunteered himself to do a handstand, and then someone wanted to let him out of it, and then Henry was like, no, I want to see where this goes. And it was really funny. This was the last night of their tour as well. They have toured to a bunch of the open air venues and a bunch of the new COVID friendly venues. Like they played the New Normal Festival in Vauxhall, they went to Regent's Park for a night, they did the Minack Theatre down in Cornwall, and then they were ending the tour at the Yvonne Arnaud Theatre in Guildford. Jonathan Sayer as well actually gave a lovely speech about the whole state of theatre and everything that's going on at the moment with the industry.
A huge thank you to everyone at Mischief. This has been a kind of short little tour that began outdoors and ended today indoors, which hopefully symbolically kind of leads the way forward to things changing a little bit. But I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone here, but also everyone else who's helped to make this little mini tour possible, all the favours that have gone into that, all the kind of can-do spirit, and also we've had a kind of rotating cast and team. So a huge thank you to Shani and Rich, who are also kind of here, and Bride, and also Charlie, who's up there. A huge thank you to Ed, who's kind of made this tour possible, doing all kinds of hard work, so thank you very much. The final thing is just to say thank you to all of you for coming today. I'm sure in the not too distant future we'll have full houses again, and we can remove these little bits of paper that block us from sitting and being together. I don't know when that will be, but until that happens, I'd just like to stay safe. Yeah, it's very hard to say. Stay safe, look after each other, and if you ever can, find a way to laugh at the moment, because I'm sure it's really, really important. Thank you so much, and have a nice day.
I'm really glad I got the chance to see this. It was a lovely kind of a show to see during this time. It's always nice to be in a room with other people who are experiencing theatre for the first time. I've seen a few shows now, but that vibe and that energy is just so special wherever you find it. I was sort of reliving that first night back at the theatre through their joy, which was really beautiful. Also, to see a show that's created basically from nothing and is essentially a group of friends on a stage making a show, just having fun for an audience. It was amazing to remember how simple theatre can be and still how affecting and entertaining. Also, I'm a massive Mischief Theatre, Mischief Comedy nerd, and it was great to tick another one of their shows off my list. I've seen most of them now, and I've seen most of the Mischief Theatre players. Hopefully Mischief Movie Night gets to come back again in another series of performances. Hopefully it's under different and better circumstances. If it does come around again, if it tours anywhere near you or you have the chance to get tickets, definitely go. It's an amazing night at the theatre, it's hilarious, it's hysterical, and go more than once because it's different every single time. Every time. Thank you for watching today's video, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more stagey content coming very, very soon, including more visits to the theatre and maybe more mischief, who knows. I hope that everyone is staying safe and that you have a stagey day. For 10 more
4 seconds. I'm Mickey Joe Theatre. Oh my god, hey. Thanks for watching, have a stagey day. Subscribe!